Good evening and welcome to Match of the Day for non-stop action from two games. Chelsea and Manchester City from the top of the second division compete for 3 valuable promotion points at Stamford Bridge. And then Sunderland and Ipswich put recent disappointments behind them and go flat out for victory at Roker Park. That's the action coming up after the news headlines from Bob.
Arsenal manager Terry Neill remains defiant as fans call for his resignation after yet another home defeat. Ian Rush snatches a late winner for Liverpool as their main championship rivals all lose. And newcomer Maurice Johnston gets a hat-trick as Watford score 5.
So we start at Stamford Bridge for a second division occasion which attracted nearly 30,000 people. Well behaved but enthusiastic, and no wonder, bearing in mind the importance of the fixture. Your commentator, John Watson.
The atmosphere here, a reminder of Chelsea's more fashionable days, for a match which brings together the 2 leading goal scorers in the second division. Chelsea's Kerry Dixon has 17 goals in League and Milk Cup, while Manchester City's Derek Parlane has scored 14 since his free transfer from Leeds. The Chelsea side is unchanged, with John Bumstead past fit. He's one of 7 ever presents in Chelsea's 17 league matches, of which they've lost only 1. But City have had to reshuffle because of the injury to Ray Ranson, the departure of Tommy Caton and the suspensions of Nicky Reed and Graham Baker. They welcome back Asa Hartford after 3 months ankle trouble and give 21-year-old Gordon Dalziel his debut on the wing after his transfer this week from Glasgow Rangers. Jim Borrett from Suffolk saying good afternoon to Stamford the Lion, as well as the 2 captains. Strong Scottish influence in the match today, both on the field and off. There's Billy McNeill, the manager of Manchester City. Not so many years ago, these 2 clubs won the FA Cup, followed by the European Cup Winners' Cup. Now they're fighting to get out of the second division. But they've got a great tradition. And it's City in the white, playing from the left, and their goalkeeper is Alex Williams. A match that the players and supporters have been looking forward to for some considerable time, because the teams had some great battles in the Division 1 days. Kerry Dixon is up, runs on to Rhodes Brown. Here's Spackman, Joey Jones coming through from left back on our near side. I never saw him, and instead it's McNabb breaking, and Jones has got to get back to stop Dalziel, who got his cross in, and it was cleared by Pates. Billy McNeill tells me that Dalziel is a natural wide man. Here's Lomax, and here is Dalziel in fact, and he turned but didn't get any power, otherwise he might well have scored on his debut. And the kick by Nijveski finds out Walsh and puts Dixon in possession. And this is Kerry Dixon. And Speedy! It came at him so quickly, he appeared to miss a great chance. Kerry Dixon, such an opportunist. No wonder he scores goals. He turned inside Walsh, helped by the goalkeeper's kick, got his shot in, Williams blocked it, and it came so fast at Speedy, it hit him and went behind. Lomax, Hartford. It's a good ball by Hollins, and Dixon almost in. A good bit of play by May. That may have been out on that side, although it is now anyway. I think Mike Walsh has got a knock there, which he's been carrying for a minute or 2, and may need attention. So attention off the pitch for Mike Walsh from Roy Bailey. And City momentarily are down to 10 men. Hartford. And here's Lomax. Now it's DL. And May. Well, with 20 minutes gone, it looks like reorganisation here for Manchester City. And an offside, which will give City the chance to make a substitution that's enforced upon them after only 20 minutes. Mike Walsh, who recently joined them from Fort Lauderdale, has had to go off, and he's been replaced by Steve Kinsey, who is a forward. So Andy May, who's versatile, may move to centre-back, and Paul Power, for the time being, at left-back. There's John Hollins. And Dixon's flick, and Speedy's on the run. Took it early, and it fizzed wide. Dixon, the provider this time, with the flick on. And Speedy, accelerating, took it very early and not far away. 5 in the last 8 games, David Speedy. And Spackman again is full of running. He's got support from Speedy, and he's got it back from him. And the ricochet almost put Speedy in. As it is, here's Jones. DL. McNabb. Missed kick by Lomax. Rhodes-Brown for Chelsea. Spackman is well forward, cut out by Kevin Bond. And a lovely little touch by DL on the line. That had Scottish football written all over it. And here's another Scot, Asa Hartford. Little touch there in the middle of a fairly routine first half, which wouldn't have gone unnoticed by those who enjoy their skills. The newcomer from north of the border, Gordon DL, just knocking the ball back with his heel there. Good touch. Spackman. Dixon is chasing this. Oh, what a good effort. You don't need to ask why Kerry Dixon has scored 17 goals in his first season in this division. Spackman put the ball through, but that shot was instant, and it takes a confident striker to hit them as early and as powerfully as that. Oh, that's a foul by McLaughlin on Kinsey. Well, it's a while since the Chelsea defence was examined, but they might be now in the last minute of the first half. And Tolmie tried one. Oh, I say, that's some goal. That is some goal by Jim Tolmie. The free kick was curled with pace by Tolmie. Nijbeski couldn't get there, and Chelsea, after having nearly all the play, find themselves a goal behind. Hollins for Chelsea. Speedy is up, Dixon is turning. Just past the post. And how close can Dixon be? The build-up was good again from Chelsea. Speedy and Dixon are quite a combination. He turned well enough, but the shot wide of the post. And even if it looked very close, let's give some credit to Williams, who must have got his angles right. So the first half ends on a high note for City, and a frustrating one for Chelsea, who've had so much of the play, but went behind to Jim Tolmie's goal from the free kick, which means the half-time score is Chelsea 0, Manchester City 1. The Chelsea pensioners in their smart red tunics, always made very welcome here at Stamford Bridge. Well, Chelsea have made a habit of coming from behind in recent matches. They've got to do so again here if they're going to prevent City from going ahead of them in the table, because 2 points separated the clubs at the start of play. Chelsea also defending an unbeaten home record in the league. There's Rhodes-Brown. And a run of 12 unbeaten games, Chelsea, but needing to force the pace here, as well as a corner at the start of the second half. Spackman has gone across in case he wants to play it short, but he doesn't. Joey Jones is up with Kevin Bond. He's still up there. So is Joe McLaughlin. Here's Hollins. Oh, he's having one or two difficult moments just at the moment. This is Kinsey, who's the cause of a few of them. And is beginning to show that he's a dangerous little player on the break. 20-year-old Steve Kinsey, who came on to replace Walsh in the first half, causing a reshuffle in the City side. But at the moment, they're holding a 1-0 lead. Play on, Hollins. And Rhodes-Brown, there was a foul again, but the referee played a good advantage. Speedy is up in the centre. Nevin. Turning in one way, then the other, but he still hasn't got by him. And he looks for Speedy. And Bond is in the way. But Joey Jones, Dixon, should have scored. But it came in quickly, and it had to be an instant touch. City actually had lost their way a bit there in defence, and Joey Jones driving it in low. Kerry Dixon got the touch, wrong side of the post. Relief for Kevin Bond. Parlane's header, looking for Kinsey. Free kick given. On by Dixon. Here's Tolmie. Well, he fouled Johnny Bumstead there after he'd been beaten by him. Well, this home crowd getting behind Chelsea like the good old days. And a cluster of players waiting to come in from the far side. City played an offside trap that didn't work, and is that it? No. Well, those defenders would only have had themselves to blame. They all pushed out when the free kick was taken, and they left 3 Chelsea players to come in. Dixon had the chance, it's a corner. And a great save by Alex Williams from Joey Jones. Joey Jones was unlucky. It was a good header, but what a fine flying save by the City goalkeeper. Chelsea make the substitution, not surprising. Peter Rhodes-Brown has gone off, and Colin Lee replaces him. This was a predictable move by John Neal, who nearly played Lee from the start. Free kick given against Kinsey there. And Chelsea still very much in, they believe, with a chance here. They're piling players forward with 5 minutes to go. Joe McLaughlin's up there, tussling. Collins. Dixon. Oh, and Lee, oh, was he shoved? Speedy! Was Lee foul? That's the question mark against what happened in the box. He went down under challenge, nothing given. Power to Hartford. Power again. Dixon to Nevin. Oh, well played by Pat Nevin. He got past McNabb in the end. Now, can Joey Jones get the cross in? He can. It's away by May. Back in again by Jones. And City looks safe enough there. So, Manchester City have ended Chelsea's unbeaten run. Billy McNeil's team showing great character, having to reshuffle early on. The goal by Jim Tolmie put City above Chelsea in the second division table, and they are the first side to win here in that league against Chelsea this season. Alex Williams' goalkeeping quite superb.
Indeed it was, and Alex did as much as anyone to absorb the Chelsea pressure and clinch those 3 valuable points. A rather different-looking Manchester City were most workmanlike, and although it wasn't Chelsea's day, I can see why more and more people are enjoying their football at Stamford Bridge these days. Well, we go north now to Roker Park for Sunderland versus Ipswich. Your commentator, Alan Parry.
Ipswich are a team under pressure. Their midweek defeat by Norwich in the Milk Cup so angered their manager Bobby Ferguson that several of these players know that today they're playing for their places. Ferguson has already reacted by dropping 3 players and bringing in David Barnes, Tommy Parkin and Mitch Davray. Sunderland also badly need to win after 2 successive home defeats. Their manager Alan Durban says they must get into the top half of the table before Christmas. He's named an unchanged side, and no fewer than 7 of this team have played in every match this season. Well, if the game should be decided by a penalty, we've got 2 of the best spot kickers in modern football. Sunderland's Gary Rowell, who hasn't missed one for 6 years, and John Walk of Ipswich, who scored 38 out of the 42 he's taken. Referee today is Keith Hackett of Sheffield, and the conditions are perfect. The Roker roar in full voice. Both these teams have an identical playing record this season with 6 wins, 6 defeats and 3 draws. Ipswich in the white shorts and playing in this first half from right to left are 12th in the table. Sunderland 2 places below them. And an early foul by Barnes on West. Steggles in well. McCall. Very tight in midfield. Gates. The linesman had flagged for offside, but play on, says the referee, and Sunderland will be grateful. James in possession. Proctor. What a fine effort. And a good example then of intelligent refereeing. Mr. Hackett saw the linesman's flag, but allowed Sunderland to play on. It was a very direct move, James to Proctor, and the shot just wide. Mariner's header, away by Elliott. Straight to Walk, though. Here's Burley. Davray, Elliott behind him. Gates. First time ball from Walk. Barnes. Ipswich needing a lot of touches to try and make any progress, really. Looking a little bit over-elaborate in their attacking build-up at the moment. And Sunderland win it back. Pickering. What a run. He still got it. and the referee waves play on. It really looked as though Sunderland had just claims for a free kick, but they're in trouble at the other end. Mariner. Gates. Davray to his right. He tries the effort. Oh, what a superb goal by Eric Gates. But there will be great controversy. Referee Hackett denying the free kick to Sunderland at the other end. And as Ipswich broke forward, Mariner held off the challenge well, found Gates, and his superb effort into the top of the net gives Ipswich the lead. "14 minutes gone then. Sunderland 0, Ipswich 1. But the crowd still angry because they felt that that fine run by Pickering, which ended abruptly on the edge of the Ipswich box, should have brought a free kick. From the breakaway, Ipswich scored. Davray. Mariner. That's a good ball. And Mariner involved quite blatantly in an incident there. A kick was aimed in the direction of the Sunderland player as the tackle did come in late and seemed to react. And that really has whipped up the game and the crowd. Burley. Away by West. Here's Barnes. And boos ringing all around this ground. Aimed, I suspect, mainly at Mr. Hackett, the referee. The crowd are angry. Certainly two talking points in quick succession. The free kick that never was, which led to the Ipswich goal, and then that off-the-ball incident involving Paul Mariner. James again. Well, he tried to be clever when perhaps brute force might have been better. But Leighton James' ability to run at defenders is still a key part of his game and will worry Ipswich, I think. Davray was up well. Pickering clear, good ball too. Proctor. James. Had to be quick. Brace well forward. But Ipswich always seeming to have the extra man at the back. Chisholm did well then. Comes to Rowell, looking for support. Venison provides it. 4 in the middle. Oh, it was a free header. Pickering completely unmarked. But it was a free header that went straight at the goalkeeper. It was a good move, though, by Sunderland, with Venison supplying the support down the right. The cross, a good one, and Pickering, unmarked, could only head straight at Cooper. Had a thigh injury and only passed a fitness test just before the match. Proctor. Here's Venison. Leighton James. Venison. Call across. Given away to Davray. It's all Sunderland pressure at the moment, though. And Parkin just got a touch to that. West. Referee giving a free kick when I think Ipswich felt the throw-in would have been more appropriate. James with the kick. Oh, a completely unchallenged header, and it's crept over the line and it's in. Rowell gets the goal. And James may well celebrate. That was a very good free kick. swept over beautifully. Raul came in unchallenged. The header seemed to hit the foot of the post and crept over the line, but it doesn't matter, it went in, and Sunderland have equalised. Sunderland won, Ipswich won in the final minute of the first half. And really, it was the accuracy of that free kick which had Ipswich so indecisive, and Raul's header did the rest. And that's the end of the first half. Sunderland won, Ipswich won. Good value for the Roker crowd. Ipswich taking the lead by the local man, Eric Gates, born at Ferry Hill, County Durham, with a fine goal. And then Sunderland almost on the stroke of half-time, equalising through Gary Rowell. And I think we could be in for a very lively second half here. So Sunderland start the second half. They lost the corresponding game 3-2 here on exactly the same Saturday last season, and also lost 4-1 at Portman Road. Indeed, they have a pretty poor record against Ipswich. On Ipswich Town's last 3 visits here, they've managed 2 wins and a draw. So plenty of incentive for Sunderland to continue the form they showed late on in that first half. Here's Gates, though, for Ipswich. Mariner. Burley. Elliott's clearance, straight to Mariner. And now Gates. Straight to Venison. Taken on by Proctor. It was a good challenge by Barnes. James, ever popular wherever he goes, really, with home supporters. Bobby Ferguson on the right-hand side of the front row in the stand. Proctor. Well, helping it on again for Venison, who gets in the box and goes down, but the crowd, I'm sure even they didn't really expect to gain a penalty then. And a good clearance by Butcher. And that was certainly a firm challenge, as they say. By Atkins on Gates, or the other way around if you prefer. Sunderland's free kick, and now Rowell. Here's Pickering. Good effort. And Cooper, quick to spot the danger, went down on his knees to save. Pickering, an alert brain, always quick to see an opening, and that was a fine effort, low to the goalkeeper's left, which he saved. Davray. Gates. And Burley. Davray moving on to it. And really, what Sunderland were doing then, heaven only knows. Chisholm and the goalkeeper, Chris Turner, seemed in two minds, and they allowed Davray to come in and make what could have been a very significant header, and Turner saved. Charlie Woods trying to catch the referee's attention, and Davray will be replaced, there he goes, by Robin Turner, who has fond memories of Sunderland. He scored in a 4-1 win against them at Portman Road last season, and it was, would you believe, his first goal for Ipswich in 10 years. Mariner's header. Straight to Gates, the clearance. Parkin on the right. Mariner climbing, but really got underneath the header rather than over it. Venison. Well, Bracewell went down, but the referee waved play on, and once again, Ipswich could profit from it. Not a good ball at all on the call. West. McCall wins it. Gates. Walk, dispossessed by Elliott, and now James. Looks promising. And the cross blocked by Barnes for a corner. Well, you can see the smoke, and I can tell you we're sitting on the roof of the stand, and we're a bit concerned to know where it's coming from too. There seems to be a fire rather too close for comfort. Chimney fire, I gather. Butcher getting up well. West with the shot! Oh, what a magnificent save! Well, if you'll pardon the expression, there's no smoke without fire. And as the smoke poured in, got into the commentator's throat, he was able to clear it just to see that brilliant shot by West and a great save by Cooper. Another corner, flicked on, and Cooper's there again. Calm as you like. Happily no problems today from a crowd of 15,500. And keeping it in. No, he didn't, in fact. Atkins for Sunderland. Leighton James. Now Gary Rowell. Here's James. Pickering, beaten by Parkin. Gates for Ipswich. Turner in lots of space. Burley overlapping. Oh, and the cross met by McCall. And nearly a moment of confusion then. Well, Sunderland nearly made to pay dearly. Great run down the right by Burley. A fine cross. McCall hit it. And then the defender and the goalkeeper almost got themselves into a terrible mess. Op Robson now coach here at Sunderland, and in the centre Alan Durban, the manager, knowing that time is against them getting this winner. Leighton James. Venison. Proctor. Could be a final fling by Sunderland. But McCall in the right place to defend for Ipswich. The 90 minutes have been completed. It's what's left on referee Hackett's watch that counts now. And there wasn't very much left on the watch. 1-1, a mixed reaction from the crowd to a game that at times was very good. And certainly both sides tried to win it, but in the end have to settle for a point each. Eric Gates with the first half goal for Ipswich. The equaliser right on half-time by Gary Rowell. And two teams who really needed a win have to settle for a draw.
But a draw it was, with an argument or two left over. From recent live matches on television and others, I seem to detect positive signs that referees are being encouraged to keep games flowing and play the advantage rule. Well, I'm all for that, and I'm sure you are too. But to be fair to the referees, we can't have it both ways, as rugby laws allow. And if subsequent events turn against them, as happens sometimes, we should try to understand their problem. For instance, at Stamford Bridge, referee Jim Borrett chose not to stop the game when Kevin Bond jumped either for the ball or at his opponent. That's arguable. And we were able to experience the excitement of a good goal-scoring opportunity, although swift covering overcame panic and brought it to nothing. Now, Keith Hackett at Roker Park took a similar decision which angered the home fans when Butcher appeared to obstruct Pickering, or vice versa if you want to argue it, let the game go on, which, as it happened, became an advantage to Ipswich and enabled Gates to score a great goal.
Referee waves play on. It really looked as though Sunderland had just claimed for a free kick, but they're in trouble at the other end. Mariner. Gates. Davray to his right. He tries the effort. Oh, what a superb goal by Eric Gates.
Well, two examples of referees trying to keep the game flowing in the best possible sense, and if occasionally it does rebound, I for one won't complain. I'd rather have that than see referees strangle games to death with unnecessary whistling, providing the players play their part, that is. Bob.
No doubt about today's main story, Arsenal manager Terry Neal under fire again from the fans. Hundreds of them chanted for his resignation following the 1-0 defeat by West Bromwich Albion, Arsenal's 6th home defeat this season and one that follows Tuesday's Milk Cup disaster against 3rd Division Walsall. Neal, however, remained defiant, saying, "I understand their feelings, but I'm not going to oblige them. That's the prerogative of the directors. I've no intention of packing it in or getting myself in a twist over a demonstration." Even before the game, printed leaflets were circulated blaming Neal for Arsenal's troubles and calling for Malcolm MacDonald to be appointed in his place. For the record, Derek Monaghan scored the only goal to end a run of 4 successive defeats for Albion. Quite a contrast between Arsenal's fortunes and those of champions Liverpool, who seemed to be heading for a goalless draw with Birmingham until Ian Rush, who else, popped in the winner with just 4 minutes left. The bonus for Liverpool was that their 4 nearest rivals this morning all lost. West Ham and Manchester United went down 1-0 to Aston Villa and Everton respectively. Spurs lost 2-1 at Norwich and Luton were beaten 4-2 at home by Coventry. That means Liverpool go 4 points clear, with Coventry, everyone's pre-season favourite for relegation, moving up to 5th. At the bottom, only one winner on our caption, Watford, who triumphed 5-0 at Wolves to move up 2 places. The hero was new signing Maurice Johnson, who scored a hat-trick inside 7 minutes. At the top of the 2nd Division, Sheffield Wednesday still lead by 3 points despite being held at home by Shrewsbury. Manchester City's win over Chelsea takes them into 2nd place, but the most remarkable result, Newcastle's 3-2 defeat at Derby after being 2 ahead. In Division 3, Oxford, who won at Southend last night, now have a 3-point lead over Bristol Rovers, who kept their unbeaten home record with a 1-1 draw against 3rd place Sheffield United. In Division 4, York have opened up a 4-point lead with their 2-0 win over Aldershot. Blackpool lost 2-1 at home to Peterborough, who move into 3rd place. Colchester go 4th after thrashing Hartlepool 6-0. More action now with the Scottish Premier Division game between Rangers and Hearts. Your commentator, Archie McPherson.
Russell almost there. McClelland, Russell, great save, and it's in. Sandy Clark, I think, got the final touch. Get a lot of pushing there, Mitchell going for this. Again, the bounce is deceptive. And Cowie, here's Sandy Clark, and he's done it. Nice jink by Russell. But why did he cut back? Can't get the shot in, and McDonald scores.
Finally, pools, 11 score draws means a moderate payout. No claims required. The numbers 9, 12, 18, 22, 27, 29, 33, 37.